One drama creator will invent a fiction, and another one will believe it's true because he saw it in true drama videos.
All he has to do is stop responding. Does he not know that?
I'm not saying that rape and reaction content are akin to each other.
He outright says it is hyperbole, but only slightly so.
That's crazy. Only slightly so.
It's 14 pages! He's using a soundbite of one of the most traumatic, angry moments of my entire life.
Why is that traumatic? It's silly. It's just stupid.
If you don't even know how to win the game, why are you playing? Willie just can't describe what's in the clip. I am banning one person in this clip.
Dark Viper has to defend every single bad thing that he does. He can't just be like, yeah, man, that was kind of silly. No, actually, you don't understand.
I wrongly mislabeled Dark Viper's stance. I am sorry for the way I've handled it.
All I said! I just want you to acknowledge what you did and apologize!
An amazing W. And then his response is to screech like a child. This is why he's a Lolcow. He has to turn his W's into L's. Alright guys, Cameron really wants me to watch this video. It looks interesting. It's a content combo with Dark Viper featuring Colossal. It's crazy. I've been meaning to watch this for a little while, but we had so many other things and Christmas and yada yada yada. So let's get this party started, baby. Whoa! Sorry. That just burped. Can you guys hear that? I'm so sorry. What is an SSRI? Is that like an intellectual issue? Oh, it's Teddy Fresh Hat. Damn, that's the same. I was like antidepressant. That's the same thing Ethan gave me, that hat. I guess he's just trying to get rid of that color. I guess nobody likes that color green. Terrible stuff, dude.
What we do here is go back.
What is that? What did that say? Is that Dark Viper? Stop lying on people. Oh my god. It is. Oh my god.
Stop lying! What is wrong with you?
Why does Dark Viper even bother replying to criticism?
It's a lie!
How much Dark Viper did you have to watch to fucking make this video, Cameron?
Merry Christmas, you filthy animal. Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Content Deputy. Today's episode will be a bit different compared to what I would
Just name yourself like Content Ice Officer or something at this point.
normally do for a Content Deputy, which means that
You probably shouldn't actually do that. I was just kidding.
I'm going a little bit beyond Dark Viper's actual response to my content cop because, you know, he was like half the video. Now, before I start, I want to
Yeah, we did one. It was Dark Viper and then Ian Jomina. Right? It was a good video. I liked the Dark Viper part especially.
throw in a few little disclaimers specifically for Matto. So, you know, he can listen to the video without any worry. It may not make sense yet to you, the viewer, but just keep it in mind. This is not a life story or
Is this game like inappropriate?
fucking documentary on Dark Viper. I'm not gonna attack Dark Viper for his whole 14 pages drama. That's a little played out, and according to Dark Viper, there might be a little context missing that we can cover. Instead, I'll use it for some
I see people keep saying I should plug the Popular Leftovers page. It's below, dude. It's below. Extra content on there, guys. Great stuff. We love it. We love it.
comedic relief. And just because I will be making some harsh jokes and some hyperbole at Dark Viper's expense,
Attempting what? This video is in no way attempting to smear Dark Viper as Lucifer or Satan or the devil. Wow. Is that really necessary? Is he that sensitive?
that does not mean I think Dark Viper is Satan himself with a heart full of doo-doo feces. I especially won't be calling him autistic. He really doesn't like that.
Rather than making a video and then just liking all these people that suggested that my less than cordial responses to you were evidence of my mental illness.
I don't know, man. Is autism considered a mental illness? Let's see. Is autism a mental illness? Let's see. No, it's not. It's not a mental illness. So if he's referring to autism, very mean.
And autism.
Oh, and autism. Okay, so there's two different things he's referring to. What mental illness are people saying that he has? Why is he getting so upset, dude? Yeah, this is so sad. You know, some people say he played that music himself. That's not even... The camera didn't even add that in here.
Now that we've all got our binkies in, let's talk about DarkViper's interesting response to my video. There's a lot to cover, and contrary to what DarkViper might think of me, I'm actually not here to smear him or ruin his life. I've actually enjoyed some of his GTA content over the years.
I know it's on the DSM-5, right? They don't need DSM-5? Am I wrong?
I'm here because of his insufferable rambles towards critics or people he perceives are lying about him.
Yeah, or commentary people like myself. You know, he's so mean to us.
Which have bled into his content, and that sucks.
Bro, what's up, Cameron? What's up with the eyebrow cut? What the hell's up with the eyebrow cut, dude? What the hell's that about?
By the end of this video, I aim to show that DarkViper has got a basic and long-running pattern of behavior. He'd probably respond with, well, some of these issues where I acted like a child were resolved with the people I whined about, so you can't criticize my behavior, which obviously is dumb. Like, just because the
Wait, how long into the video before Nicholas Diorio gets referenced?
conflict was solved doesn't mean your behavior and by proxy your content is all of a sudden fixed. But before we go there, let's dive into his responses to my video. The first one came in form of a now deleted community post / tweet where he talked about why he does not want to respond to my video using the most vague terms possible.
Well, but that's the thing, is he keeps responding to everybody's videos. He responds too much to criticism, like, all the time. He's very sensitive about that. It's like kind of like this weird little lolcow. But what's so funny is that every single time people talk about DarkViper, people will like laugh and be like, yeah, he's cringe. But I really like his GTA content. So it's just like, why doesn't he just stick to that? Doesn't he do well enough on his GTA content? Like, why does he feel the need to dive into all this shit?
This post is really bad, and so is the stream that came after, which he turned into an also now hidden video.
Oh shit. See, that's what it is. He keeps responding and putting himself out there. Everybody started memeing on him when he like compared content reactions to sexual assault, which was crazy.
He removed this content because he saw the glaring hypocrisy of responding to a video by going on a rant about not responding to my video. Who knows? Now, as much as I'm sure that you'd love to hear me read every word this schizo clown wrote, where he owns me with facts and logic, let's say, hypothetically, that you were 14 pages, I feel like that might get a little boring. If only there was someone... Clown.
Oh shit,
Clown.
dude.
I'm gonna call in some backup.
Damn, I don't know anything about Colossal's crazy. Okay, that's it.
I saw some of you expressing worry that I will make
Is this Colossal's crazy? Holy shit, what the fuck? Who the fuck is this guy?
response videos to drama creators. I want to explain why that won't happen for those of you who don't know much about me. Drama channels do not traditionally
What the fuck? This guy hasn't posted in 7 years? Why? The fuck is he doing? Who the fuck is this guy? Is this how he sounds always?
He is dead. And okay, despite the free tickets might be...
Oh, he's putting on an extra little show for us. What the fuck? Oh, Keemstar.
relay
Oh, my Lord.
factual information. At best, they present dramatized and exaggerated accounts of people and events for entertainment. At worst, the people and events they cover do not even exist.
Yo, DarkViper kind of looks like
People
Quartering.
and events
Doesn't that look a little bit like the Quartering? It kind of looks just, I mean, honestly, it looks exactly like the Quartering. Are they brothers or something?
they cover do not even exist. Truth isn't the goal of these videos, nor what their audiences are seeking. Therefore, showing the falsehood of anything said has no impact on the next drama video. The same false information gets copied over, usually with a twist or further exaggeration, and a new fiction is added to expand the story. Each fiction feels credible to the viewer because it has a similar vibe to the previous one. This pattern takes advantage of something called the illusory truth effect, where hearing something repeatedly makes it feel true, even if it isn't. My response videos are not traditionally targeted towards drama creators. I made an exception for Willie Mac Show, and I explained why I made...
He made a video on Willie Mac Show. Dude, this video is crazy to me so far. What the fuck is this?
that exception in the series, in line with expectations.
Wait, why does this guy only have like 4 videos? What? I must be missing some kind of lore. Parody YouTube. Okay. All right. There's probably missing a couple. There's probably a couple extra things. All right. Let's just move on. All right.
Despite through him showing that everything the drama community says about me and my life is false, it hasn't stopped them from repeating those same falsehoods or inventing new ones where appropriate. They have further not publicly condemned him for his lying, which has showcased for the few not already aware that they
Why did he delete most of his videos?
Understand the game they are playing. Early in my career, the online image of DarkViperAU roughly matched a more expressive version of who I actually am. Now, the vision invoked in some people's minds often bears little resemblance to me or my life. As I've laughably shown in my rambles, I sometimes don't even understand the root of what's being attributed.
He's very particular about his work. Okay. This is fucking... This is rough, man. What the fuck?
Attributed to me. Back when...
I mean, it's just very interesting. I don't know if this is necessarily... I don't know if this is necessarily the, I probably wouldn't have watched his content back in the day, you know? It's just me. It's a little too theatrical for me, you know?
Misinformation came from honest mistakes. I could correct it to some extent. These days, the source is usually people knowingly lying for profit, or people who are simply delusional. I can therefore have no real impact, as I cannot change the profit motive for fiction, or fix anyone's underlying issues. There is a demand for fictional stories.
You told him to sound deranged when reading this? I think he nailed it. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, because he's reading DarkViperAU, right? That makes... Okay. You know what? That's a good point. You know, really letting that sink in really makes me realize, like, okay, he's reading Dark Viper, fucking, you know, silliness posting. That makes sense. I just got so captured by the fucking interesting nature of it.
About me, and there are those keen to meet that demand. I occasionally run across people who seem confused when, after seeing me or my work elsewhere, that I don't act in line with their expectations. They conclude I must be wearing a mask. I think this idea is more comforting to them than questioning if they've been duped. To the degree that I still point to these falsehoods despite the futility of correcting them, it's when I have a different motive. I enjoy making response videos, and sometimes they can be profitable or humorous, like the previous right-wing video. I also sincerely...
I think, this is a lot. This is a lot. This is pretty intense. But I get it. I get the artistic nature of the reading. Here, I'll name my first cultist Cameron.
Miss writing, which is the one creative outlet you usually denied me in my traditional work, pacifist being the exception. It's simply that responding to drama videos isn't fun compared to addressing those who are genuine. As I showed with Willie Mac's show, drama videos contain no real criticism as they are too divorced from reality for that.
I mean, I guess sometimes they don't contain any criticism. I guess it depends. I mean, it depends on the person. I feel like things are changing a little bit. There's probably some older content creators that maybe have a little bit more valid criticism. You know, I think people like, I would say myself, probably Nicholas Diorio, from what I've seen. I don't really know who else in this sphere that isn't like a fucking weird freak. But I think that there's probably more and more people looking at it. I guess it depends on how you look. Oh, what about the girl with the microphone? She's decent too, right? I think there's just more people that are kind of getting into it, that are just like kind of chill people, like everyday workers. Like they get up, they go to a job, they're kind of normal. You know, except for Nick, because he talks to a lot of different girls at once. He's kind of an asshole. He shows them his really expensive watches. Some people think it's kind of scummy, dude, but you know what? Everybody's got their vice, all right?
To be possible. In any response, I spend most of the time just explaining the events that are being lied about. Well, this isn't enjoyable for me, or, based on my analytics, entertaining for most of you. I'm just endlessly repeating myself. I will still make rare response videos in the future, but only to serious videos or topics. I do not watch drama videos. It is not.
That's all I do, baby. I feel like once you get into like the drama sphere, you kind of have to commit to it almost. It's just kind of like, there's just a lot going on, man. I don't know. It just gets kind of crazy. You kind of opening your, once you start responding to people and like getting into the drama stuff, like you're pretty much opening yourself up for criticism in the future. You know, it's just kind of the way that it is. That's why I'm a little, you know, hopeful for Mr. Hammer. Hopefully it doesn't go too crazy now that he's in the drama sphere, because it's fun, and then sometimes it gets a little crazy, you know? Sometimes it gets a little kooky.
Not worth the time. There will still be some shit-talking rambles, and I'll cover drama in my mythical iceberg video should that one day release. But I've accepted that wanting to always be liked or hated for just real things is foolish. No person or their life can be understood by everyone, and think
That's true, so why keep trying to get people to understand you, you know?
even expecting people to understand what motivates my actions is silly. To what extent you wish to defend me out in the wild, although I appreciate it, it is not necessary. I am unlikely to see it, as I don't spend much time scrolling social media, and I do not want
Bro, I guarantee that all this guy does is scroll social media.
people expending
I'm talking about Dark Viper Gold, AU. Am I right? It either means gold, Australia, or autistic. I don't really know.
mental effort remembering minor details of the random nonsense of my career. Please do keep in mind that this is my job, and I am the one uploading the videos.
Wow, it's incredible. Yeah, I guess so. I can imagine seeing Colossal seeing this chat and being like, these guys are not getting it. I mean, maybe. I mean, I now that Cameron explained it to me, I understand. I understand the bit. He's being a deranged Dark Viper fan, so I get it. I do understand it. It's just like, what the hell, you know?
If I am over the top, I am well aware. That is usually the point, and something I enjoy in my work. Feel free to just chill and enjoy my content in the same way I do.
All right. Well, that was something.
A simple no would have sufficed. Am I shocked? No, not at all. I knew he couldn't help himself but to respond, but I also realized
That's what kind of makes him a lolcow, though, no? Is that he constantly feels like he has to respond to, like, everything. Because you think that with how big of a content creator Dark Viper is, like, he put out some stupid-ass shit about, like, 14 pages about content reaction, and then he got criticism, and if he had just left it there, nobody would care. But he doesn't shut the fuck up about it, bro. He does not stop. And I think that that's the biggest problem, is that he will not shut his fucking mouth about this goddamn bullshit.
he'd probably avoid addressing any criticism whatsoever by trying to dodge it completely. What's worse about this post and his subsequent stream is that because of the fact that he was so vague about me, he gave himself a potential out for it not being about me. Obviously, we know it's about me thanks to him not being able to help but call me out on the slightest inconsequential mistake I made while giving an extremely brief rundown of his early career. He started as an atheist channel where he debated Christians, and
I forgot about that, Cameron. He has that energy, though, and I would say I'm more agnostic, but it takes a certain type of somebody to want to debate, not have a conversation. I think that's chill, but the debate lords are so cringe, bro. They're so fucking cringe.
then he went on to this freeboot gig where he was basically upscaling different debates and whatnot until it eventually got demonetized for, stealing content, which is
Right, and now he fucking bitches and moans that everybody's stealing content, and he like fucking hits at people with DMCA's the second that they like talk about him a little bit, or else at least that was happening before. Didn't they do that? Didn't he do that to Chad Logic?
It's very ironic.
I actually heard recently that apparently I once upon a time had a channel where I debated Christians. That, of course, never happened. But as I say, it's stuff that's so long ago that it just doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I just feel like you seem like the type. If somebody said I had a channel where I used to do mukbangs and I rubbed syrup on my stomach, that's not true. Okay? But I could see why you'd think it's true. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, dude? Because it's like, what the hell is that? What the fuck?
You sure got me. I misspoke about your first and second channel by mixing the two up. I'm man
Oh, so he had the channel, it was just a different channel? Oh, dude, I died.
enough to own my mistakes, so let me correct the record. You started out talking about politics and religion, then on your second channel you hosted freeboot atheist debates where Christians were often being debated. I wonder who else could make such a terrible mistake about your early career.
I started my career online in discussing social.
He kind of looks nice here, though. I usually only see him wearing like that shitty cutoff shirt every single time he does every single thing, and so like I think it's kind of like a nice thing that I think he looks nice. He looks nice. He has his hair done. He looks like maybe he started dating a black girl, which is a compliment. Because if you start dating a black girl, usually you start to look nice. You know what I mean? So I think that's a beautiful thing, man. I think that's absolutely beautiful.
Political, philosophical ideas. Debating them with people. It's hard to imagine me in my 20s.
Yeah.
As shy as I was, actually debating people like by voice and shit. That one debate I did with Destiny was like the most, it was kind of...
So are we saying that he didn't used to do debates, but he used to just put other people's debates up on the screen? Is that what we're saying?
Like I'd been streaming for a bit.
Oh. Word. Anyways, he's clearly talking about me. Or at least it's strongly implied, as these responses seem to have spawned from his Reddit talking about my video, sounding worried that Matt might see it.
His wife's a Latina? Does he have a wife? He doesn't read that as the type. But you know what? God bless him, dude. If he does, he must not, like, I don't know, she must not be super involved in, like, his content creation. Because, I mean, for me, when I start going on fucking crazy rants and shit, my wife will be like, hey, listen, you gotta chill out.
Now, these responses heavily mischaracterized me. No shocker. And everything he attributed to me, there was never a chance for me to potentially be correct because he gave me the label of drama creator. He even...
Based creator? Listen. Wear it like a shield, Cameron. Wear it like a shield, Gave the banger line of... He did debate occasionally, but he also freebooted debates. However, his channel wasn't a debate channel. Ah, okay. Semantics, gotcha. So if he's hitting the semantics that hard, then he's a debate bro. It doesn't matter if you debate or not, you're a debate bro, Like Hassan Parker, debate bro. He uses those debate tactics. You know?
Drama videos contain no real criticism as they are too divorced from reality for that to be possible. Obviously, that's a load of shit. I gave plenty of real criticism in my video, and thanks to this awful response and plenty more factors, I have a lot more to talk about. In my conclusion, I'll try to answer what DarkViper just doesn't seem to understand about why he gets a lot of shit from people. He said a lot in that response document. Thankfully, he adds to it in the 2-hour-long stream he made about my video a few days later. Now,
why doesn't he just watch the fucking stream? Yeah, I mean, like, listen, dude, I feel like if you're gonna respond to somebody, just fucking commit and like actually like legitimately respond to somebody and make it chill. You could just be like, yeah, that's not true, and just move on. That's another thing too. If you're gonna respond to criticism, you got to do it the right way. You have to do it the right way. And I think that the right way is like, oh yeah, watch a video about you, be like, yeah, that's not true. And maybe like show proof, or just like be like super chill about it. Be super nonchalant about it, you know what I mean? I think that's an option too, though, honestly.
Now, he repeats himself a lot in this VOD. So if you'd like to see the full VOD, I'll link that and any video I bring up from DarkViper in the description. Normally, I wouldn't.
That's another problem too, though, is that since he goes after people that will react to him, it makes it difficult for people to like see what he has to say. Because I know from me at least, I won't watch somebody's VOD that's gonna like, you know, make a fucking shit his pants. Even if I'm giving like meaningful criticism, I won't watch it if they're gonna like try to DMCA strike me. So that, you know, if you're still getting talked about in the commentary community, and you have people like Cameron who like there's no argument about his content being transformative like it is, whereas like just maybe an argument about mine, you know, I'm gonna watch his, and then I'm gonna get all the information filtered through to his, because, you know, for whatever reason you keep doing drama content, but then you want to be a baby about it and like punish people for interacting with it. It's just really, he's not helping himself.
I do this because I don't want to get accused of sending in a brigade, but I also don't want to give our pal Matto an excuse to bitch about context. So,
is his name Matto for real?
Let's dive into his response stream and see what else he has to say about me. I cannot wait to see what you have to say about me, Matto. It's 14 hours!
There has been a wide variety of videos made by people who don't know much about me, but decide for a variety of reasons to speak on me and my career despite that. There are some difficulties in doing this because I have been around for like 15 years.
Whoa, dude, I've been around for 35 years. Dude, you look like shit for a 15-year-old.
Because of that,
he can't react because it's against his principles. It's stupid. It really is stupid. I feel like, especially on YouTube, transformative reactions of other people's stuff, I think it's part of the infrastructure, man. It's not that big of a deal. It's funny because Nicholas Yorio used to be like that too. Not as purist, but he used to be like that too. And now he does react content. And you could realize, like, I think that if you're somebody who can like hold a conversation kind of with yourself in a video, then I don't really see why it's such a big fucking deal. I don't see why it's such a big fucking deal, man. Like, do your thing. I really don't see the fucking problem. Like, do what you got to do. I just think it's kind of silly. But I don't know. I don't know if he, I mean, he does GTA commentary though, right? So like, wouldn't he be able to do it? Like,
a lot of information about my life is simply not there.
I do know who you are. I think you've made good GTA content over the years. Now, do I know your whole fucking life story? No. And I don't think I need to. I'm not making a fucking documentary about you. I was criticizing your shitty behavior that has bled into your content.
But despite these difficulties, these videos still get made. And consequently, they are wrong on almost every aspect.
Consequently, I can't criticize you because I don't know your
give Cameron the necklace
life story. What kind of fucked up logic is that?
It's stupid. It's an unrealistic expectation. You put yourself online, you portray yourself online in a certain way, people are going to, and they have the right to like look at you and go like, okay, this is something. Like, you like that commentary? Hey, this is something. You're giving people a picture of your life, especially if you're a streamer, because you're not even making like these super highly curated videos anymore, or at all. So usually you're going to act more raw, and that's one of the issues, I guess, of being a streamer, is that like it's easier to act more raw and you get kind of caught out. That's one of the, I guess, quote unquote dangers of streaming. Because if you're just making like a half-an-hour video, you can keep a bit on pretty easily. But if you're not doing that, then all of a sudden you have a bad day. You have a bad day, dude. And then you fucking act like an asshole. You act like a stupid bitch, like me. And then you crash out. So it's one of the dangers, too, which seems to be what he does. He goes on there to vent. And by the way, that's not what podcasts are for. That's not what streams are for. You don't go on stream to vent.
Film critics need to know.
Hey, baby love. Nice ass.
Know the backstory of its creator to criticize a film? I hope not.
Some of it is pure malice. Some of it is legitimately the people knowing that what they're saying is false and just making it up anyway.
Is that true? I feel like it's not really true. He's just a silly little guy. Does anybody hate DarkViperAU? Do people hate DarkViperAU? Or I feel like they don't. He's just a silly guy. He's just a silly little dude. Oh, dude, I hate this weapon. But he's just like a silly little guy. He's just fun to talk about because he gets so upset about it, you know?
Or knowing that they don't have any information, and because there is no such information available, they just make shit up, knowing that they can't be contradicted. A significant purpose
Why can't we be contradicted? Why don't you just contradict us? Like, what the fuck?
of this series I made on Willie Mac Show was to demonstrate that drama creators do this. They know they're doing this and they just don't care. But I have to grant that there are some people out there who are genuine and do want to speak on my life and my career, but simply do not know that there's no actual information available out there in the wild about those things.
In the wild? What the fuck are we talking about?
And consequently,
You hate him? You're not a commentary person, so.
unknowingly
That Cameron did not say that, okay?
get things wrong entirely.
So there's no in between, no room for critique.
Here we
He
go.
echoes this message many times. He said the same thing in the tweet and other videos he's made about drama. It's very clear he doesn't understand criticism or is maliciously characterizing critics so his fans don't actually listen to them. I also love how my benefit of the doubt.
Well, I think that, you know, everybody has their level of sensitivity, but I think that, I think Dark Viper is probably somebody who has an idea about himself, and like we all do. And then, you know, when you criticize him, he's like, no, that's not right. Which I think that there's a level of truth to all that. You know, there's people on like Reddit. I don't go on Reddit, but there's people on Twitter who say crazy shit about me all the time. And it's like, what am I supposed to do? Some of them are wrong. Some of them are probably right, you know, maybe in some capacity, and I just don't necessarily agree or have a different framing. It's just not really worth caring about, like, everybody's perspective on you. It's just not like you don't care, you know? And I think that Dark Viper wants to be so liked by, like, everybody for some reason. I don't know. Maybe that's why he named himself Dark Viper Gold. It's kind of strange. I personally wouldn't name myself Dark Viper Gold. I think it's kind of a weird thing to name yourself, but, you know, maybe that's what you have to do.
Doubt is, oh, maybe this idiot isn't genuine. He's just too stupid to know the truth. Fucking asshole. The fuck's wrong with you, dude?
One drama creator will invent a fiction, and another one will copy that fiction because it's faster and easier than making their own. And the third one will believe it, actually believe it's true because he saw it in true drama videos. And then
That many people talk about him?
and they will expand out these fictions over and over again. And I'm going to touch on in the other post, I
Hey, don't touch me, dude. That's gross.
have no way of stopping this.
Of course you can't stop this, right? So you're telling me that there
You could just stop talking. You could just stop responding. All he has to do is stop responding. Does he not know that? What the fuck?
There's some deep state of drama creators who just copy each other's work, which you claim is all made up, and nobody but you has discovered this.
I mean, there's a level of truth to it. There are some people like, you know, Willie Mac and Cameron who make the video essays, and then reactors like myself will watch them. And then, you know, I mean, it depends on what it is, but people will be critical at different levels. I think for Dark Viper, they may not be as critical necessarily. They may not necessarily be as critical as quickly because it's like a silly little Lolcow meme. Like, we're not talking about anything particularly serious. So it's like, oh yeah, that's funny. You know what I mean? That's what I think part of it is.
Okay, jokes aside, he's basically implying plagiarism, which is funny because the reason I decided to cover Dark Viper had yet to be covered by any drama creators. Cyberboy did attempt to call him out on this, but as I said in my first video, I didn't know much about that situation and hadn't seen his videos, which is why I didn't cover it, but today that'll change. The only drama videos I did watch about you were the ones made by the British Runner, which covered nothing of what I was criticizing you for, but it gave me a solid rundown of your past dramas. And if I decided to bring any of that up while introducing you, I gave my own take on it after getting myself familiar with the facts through my own research. That's why you'll see me give some different opinions, like when I gave you credit after Charlie got some stuff wrong when covering your React document. The only thing I have...
What did Charlie really get wrong? I guess I didn't really internalize it. I feel like Dark Viper's content, document was just so insane and inflamed. I could tell by what he was saying.
Since changed my stance on a bit is the fair use defense with Chud logic. Not because I don't think Chud's reaction was transformative, I do, but for legal reasons after doing my own research into React streamers for a separate video. I'll come back to this point very soon.
I made an exception for Willie Mac Show and explained why I made that exception in the series. In line with expectations, despite that through him I showed that everything the drama community says about me and my life is false, it hasn't stopped them from repeating those same falsehoods or inventing new ones where appropriate. They have further not publicly condemned him for his lying.
Charlie got semantics wrong. Typical non-debate, bro, am I right?
Which I showcased for the few not already aware that they understand the game they are playing.
This is a really fucking stupid argument. So just
It's fucking ridiculous. Sorry, is he saying that he made an exception by letting Willie Mac Show make a video on him? I'm not understanding what is he referring to when he says the exception?
a really fucking stupid argument. So just because you have a negative interpretation of one guy, he now represents everyone? And anyone who wants to criticize you
What's the exception he's referring to?
must condemn the guy you don't like? Buddy, this isn't content cop Willie Mac. Maybe if I hypothetically made one, sure, I'd call him out for not watching 24 hours of your React content as if that was relevant to your current position
That's a sound effect. You have to watch my entire stream all the time to get my context.
on reaction content. But that won't happen because not only do I not blame him for making that mistake, but he's also not nearly as malicious or in some
He made an exception by making a 12-hour response. Oh, so... Okay, that makes more sense. That's a little less shitty. So his exception was that he only responded to Willie Mac as an exception? That's what he's saying? I don't understand how this helps him. I don't get it. Okay, great.
insufferable as you clearly are. As you could probably already decipher from the tweet and the video so far, it lacks any nuance or chance for anyone who criticizes Dark Viper to be anything but malicious, which I would consider a malicious way to frame critics, ironically. He doesn't really like criticism.
Back when misinformation came from honest mistakes, I could correct it to some extent. These days, the source is usually people knowingly lying for profit or people who are simply delusional. This is
simply delusional. This guy's life is so unserious. Like, what exactly were they like doing this like hyper lie about? He's such an unserious guy. It's so silly. This guy acts like he's the fucking president of the United States, dude. Holy shit.
bad phrasing. I mean people who are deluded in that they themselves have been taken in by these people. They think they're honestly communicating facts of situations, but they have just been watching drama videos. So the only things they know is complete nonsense.
So true, King. So true. I would say a bigger issue is people maybe thinking that this shit is more serious than it is because they're in a drama sphere and they think it's serious because they have to tell themselves that. Because some people feel like they have to engage in super like important stuff. Drama's not important. There are some people who think it's important, and those people are fucking weirdos. It's just like fun. It's silly. We're being stupid. We're just like farting around, you know?
Dude, the main video I criticized you for was directly from your channel. If you were talking about my rundown of your past controversies, again, I was just going off common knowledge and was sure to verify shit before I gave my take. Dark Viper loves to accuse people of lying about him. He throws it around quite often. So I'll propose a question to Dark Viper. Matt, what is this?
Yeah, Matto.
I can't give an individual hand-holding for every grifter or every person naively spreading false information about me. One of the more recent ones, the guy DM'd me on every single social media platform, begging me to respond to him.
I mean, that's interesting. Some people only check some socials, so maybe that's why. Who's the person he's talking about?
To tell me why he was wrong. Can you imagine me spending literal months of my life explaining in intricate detail all the things that he got wrong already in videos? In some cases, spending thousands of dollars to do this.
Spending money to do it? How does that mean? Does he mean like making videos and having to pay an editor even though he'll make up for it? What? Why wouldn't you just link him the fucking video then?
And the person literally just not watching them. And that person then concluding they deserve a personal hand-holding and a personal explanation of my entire life and all the things they got wrong simply because they presented misinformation on the internet.
Whoa, what about Mr. Information?
Can you imagine how psychotic deluded you have to be to think that.
I swear on Hassan's life.
Whoa. Okay, that's rough.
Pray you're not talking about me. If you are, you're lying. Now, it's true that when you made your response post, I quote tweeted you challenging your assertion that I lied about you, and you didn't respond. I also decided to reach out in DMs because if I was horribly misinformed, I wanted to know what I got wrong. Believe it or not, I'm not in the business
Why even tell people that? Like, from this guy, from Dark Viper's perspective, why are you telling everybody? I just don't understand. For somebody who like thinks everybody is such like a, if you really thought that these people were such like fucking dumb liars, like why are you bothering with them? It doesn't make any fucking sense to me. Like just stop. I know it sounds so easy, but it's like stop talking about it. People are making fun of this guy for a 14 pages meme. This is like the lightest ribbing I've ever seen in my entire fucking life. It's a 14 pages meme, and he acts like he's getting fucking doo-doo fucked. He's acting like somebody's putting in his booty cheek hole. It's not that deep, bro. Like, just shut the fuck up. Just shut the hell up. That's it. That's all I have to say. Just shut up. It's not a big deal. Just move on. Stop talking about it. What does this even say in here? Hello, I saw your tweet and wanted some clarification. If I knowingly lied about you, I'd love to know where I was a lot more charitable towards you than I've ever been to people you respond to. Everything I said, I backed up with a primary source while researching. These things don't come from nothing, and there was a ton of direct criticism. I'll give you credit for taking a day of impulsively going guns blazing at me. What does that mean? Just so you understand, I'm not here to fuck up your career or ruin your day. My videos are meant for critique, and while we have a bit of fun overall, overall end is meant to give some constructive feedback. Disregarding criticism isn't the right move, especially writing those in good faith off as liars. Okay.
Smearing people. Half of what I do in these videos is call out hypocritical content. I never demanded for your life story, just for you to corroborate your claims against me. That's the only platform I ever attempted to communicate with you on. I never reached out on Twitch, Instagram, Discord, fucking Blue Sky, or anything like that after you ignored me. I don't know who else you could possibly be talking about. If I'm missing something and you can prove this isn't about me, then I'll concede. But otherwise, you're essentially accusing me of harassing you, which never happened, and you can get away with it because you're—
Yeah, that is what he's accusing, I guess you'd say. He's saying that everybody that disagrees with him is basically harassing him in some capacity. That sounds just like...
You're a pussy and you're being vague. I also find it very ironic how he's been saying that he doesn't want people to get their idea of him from drama videos, then insists I watch 10 hours worth of his drama videos to get the right idea.
Explaining in intricate detail.
Damn, is that really 10 hours worth of content? I'd consider watching it if I didn't get, if he didn't fucking cry about it, you know?
All the things that he got wrong already.
I remember your first video, Cameron. It was just like silly. I don't know. The whole thing is just fucking silly. Like it's such a not, bro. The biggest criticism is that he used to like host his own, like take other people's debates and just put them on his channel or whatever. Like what?
In videos.
And the 14 pages meme, he's just a meme, and he called that traumatic. This guy's life is so easy.
In some cases, spending thousands of dollars to do this, and the person literally just not watching them.
Look, Pip, I know it's our job to help this guy and everything, but I think this guy's a lost cause. He's obviously made up his mind. Why don't we just cut our losses and get out of here?
The best part about this is the fact that none of these videos have anything to do with my main point of contention, which was calling out his moral posturing about empathy. But since he insisted, I took the
What's with all fucking 30-year-olds in empathy, dude? Matt AU. Golden Matt. You know what I'm saying, dude?
Liberty of watching 13 hours worth of DarkViperAU videos to see what I got wrong.
Poo, pee, penis and vagina. Women with dicks and weak men.
Well, after watching several hours worth of Dark Viper content, the content he was responding to, and a few additional videos he demanded people watch in those videos for even more content.
Who the fuck's gonna watch it, dude? Who's gonna sit there and watch 10 hours worth of content? Unless you get paid to do it.
Text. I gotta be honest. I concede. To absolutely fucking nothing. Are you kidding me?
Ooh.
None of this shit applied to
Got him, dude.
99% of what I covered in my video. I think there's only one thing that even slightly moved the needle for me, and it was hearing his current position on React content. More on that soon. Because none of this really covers the moral posturing I called out in my original video. Looks like we have a whole new host of topics to cover, and if you're worried we won't go over my original points, Don't worry, it'll all come together. Like I said before, I generally agree with the idea of most things in Dark Viper's original document. I just also think it's highly flawed. I won't relitigate this.
Well, I think he would have had a better shot if he didn't do the whole sexual assault thing. I can also understand that we're in like a weird, like React content is in like this really weird space. Because on the one hand, I think that it's very positive. I think it can be very positive from a community perspective. I think that there's a lot of creators who enjoy having their content I would say transformatively reacted to. Like if you actually pause and give meaningful commentary and criticism and feedback, that actually it adds to the video rather than just like executing through it. I think that there's a lot of people that like that. There's like people that Cameron, Willie Mac Show, Caleb Hammer. These are people who enjoy it when I react to their content. So I think it can be very good in that capacity. I think it can be good for a community aspect too, because it's kind of like all online conversations. We're having an online conversation. I'm having a conversation with this video. On the other hand, like I get it. You put a lot of work into a video, and then somebody could just kind of like watch it or react to it, even if they double the length, and it's still like that's significantly less work than the original creator had to put into that content. So I get it. From a work perspective, I can understand being frustrated. It's different from a TV show because a TV show is usually on like a specific platform and it's locked behind a specific thing. Like I will never react to somebody's like behind the scenes content. Like that's not something that I'll do. Yeah, it's not something that I would personally ever do. So, I mean, if Netflix allowed me to go and stream on Netflix and watch a Netflix show and react to it, I would do that. But we're not there. We're on YouTube, and YouTube seems to be okay with it too. I liked it from an infrastructure perspective. I think it's fun. I'm not as big of a fan of, I guess what you would call, like, entertainment reacts, I prefer non-entertainment reaction. And what that means to me, like a non-entertainment react is just like it's like it's a conversation. Like there's conversational reacts like this, and then there's entertainment reacts. Like if you're just watching a video about fucking John F. Kennedy getting shot or something, So
this because Dark Viper will just say, "Oh, you're going over a script that was, but then wasn't going to be a video, and some of those IJ stuff, blah blah blah," which fair enough. Even if you've been dishonest about that, I'll be fair. I still stand by my criticism of the date rape analogy, despite what he may say now.
This is fucking crazy, dude. It's a crazy debate. It's a crazy debate, bro thing. Oh, you can change their forms?
Now, he still continues to defend the comment by saying it's not a one-to-one comparison and it's only slight hyperbole.
When he crops off the next tweet where I explicitly say that I do not think reaction content and rape are the same fucking thing or equivalent in any way.
I just compared it, dude. I just compared them.
Gabby's gonna put this tweet on screen to misrepresent it a lot. Not only is her interpretation of these words incorrect, but she's also cropping off the next two tweets. One where I directly call these words hyperbole to mean that I'm exaggerating and this should not be taken literally. And I made another tweet specifically for this.
Yeah, but that's like weird. That's the thing is that's such a debate bro language. I understand using like hyperbole comparisons to try to convey a point. But you're talking about React content and you're going to compare it to sexual assault. Most people are going to look at that and go like, ew, gross. That's it. It's weird. It's very terminally online. If you don't understand what I'm saying, I think that you need to get offline for a second. Because it's too much. It's like way too much. It's like if you're sitting at the dinner table and somebody steals a piece of fucking food off your plate, you're like, you just raped me. Do you think that those people are going to go like, oh, that's good. Good point. No. They're going to be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? People reacting to your content compared to sexual assault is insane. That is debate bro shit. That's not normal human being behavior. It's very strange shit. It's a weird fucking thing.
Honest people like Gabby, where I say, I'm not saying that rape and reaction content are akin to each other. I'm sure she just left those off by accident. But despite this, in my entire 12-year career, this one reply 3 years ago is the main thing that Woody wants to highlight from it. And he
Okay, so stop talking about stuff.
can't even be honest about it, lying now about it twice and excluding information if it hurts what he's trying to say.
Like, literally look at directly what he says. He outright says it is hyperbole, but only slightly so.
That's crazy. Only slightly so. That's wild, bro. Only slightly so? What a weirdo.
The difference between actively ignoring consent for financial gain is not so far removed from ignoring consent for sexual gratification. Slight? Since you doubled down 11 months ago, you can't use the 3 years ago defense here.
No, you can't. Well, like things happen when you move on. duh. Like, obviously, hey, we moved on from this. Things are different now. I totally understand that. But at the same time, if you have the same fucking perspective, you probably haven't changed very much. So, yeah.
Also, this proves I was exactly right in my original interpretation. I used the word comparable, which doesn't mean I claimed you thought they were the same thing. You just think it's only a slight hyperbole, which is still insane and worthy of criticism.
It's insane, dude. It's in pain. I can tell.
You'd be much better off acknowledging this criticism as, like I said before, most of your takes on React content aren't all that bad, and you'd have a lot more respect in this space. Instead, you refuse to accept criticism and you play a semantics game. I'll go into this further when I eventually...
Yeah, that's a good thing that he's so cringe, or maybe he would have had an impact, you know? Maybe he would have had an impact and we would have been like, oh man, we'll have to change it up. Funny enough, if I do have to change it up, it'll probably be better for me. It'll probably go better for me. You know, I'd probably make more money doing something different. That's a little higher effort. But we love what we do, baby. We love what we do.
Drop my video on React streamers, but I don't think my assessment of Dark Viper's views were that far off. Some of the ideas feel fucking extreme, as it could negatively affect critical analysis of videos in a live setting.
I am the rights holder. Of course I'm going to take down the things I don't like that serve no constructive purpose and keep up those I do like or serve some purpose.
I mean, that's like a little weird, because if the only reason you take something down or put it up is because you like it, I feel like that's not a good barrier. If you don't think it's transformative, that's different, unless you don't like it because it's not transformative, I guess.
While I do take down all full re-uploads of my videos, for clips, it depends on the usage. This particular clip exists for no other purpose than to allow people to disingenuously attack me with it because of the mistake I made when mimicking Franklin due to my surprise at the randomized dialogue.
Since I didn't give much detail into my more nuanced take on the Chud logic strike, I'll do it here. I think it was a bit wrong of me to imply that Chud's upload of his segment was totally protected under the fair use doctrine. To be clear, in my opinion, and as well as many others, Chud's video was transformative and could have stood on its own against Dark Vipers, protecting it under the fair use doctrine. Sure, it partially is, but there are other parts where it gets kinda gray.
Well, I mean, that's the thing, is that we don't know 100%, right? Like exactly what's going on. Like, we don't know 100% if like this is legal yet. You know, and maybe it's, I mean, maybe it's not. I don't know. I think that, you know, YouTube kind of allows it, so it's like, whatever. They're chill on it, we're chill on it. I mean, if they ever made a decision to change stuff, totally understandable. I don't think that they will. I don't think that it's people's like main concern that they're going to, you know, go after React content. There's a massive online infrastructure, and I personally think it's fine. But I mean, who the fuck am I, right? I don't know. But yeah, man, I don't know. Who knows?
I think Chud transformed the video substantially with this criticism. However, several other factors covered in the fair use doctrine could make the segment gray, despite the fact he tripled the video length. Thankfully for our case, Dark Viper's take on React content doesn't have anything to do with fair use.
In my work, multiple times, I have specifically laid out that my criticism of reaction content has nothing to do with fair use.
Now, morally...
Well, that's kind of stupid. Why does it have nothing to do with fair use? What the fuck? What the fuck?
In this instance, I think a DMCA takedown is extreme. And no, Dark Viper, it's not because I'm friends with Chud Logic.
Oh shit, are you friends with Chud Logic?
Not. We've never...
Damn. Got him. You got cocked, Chud Logic. Here we go. This is a good name, dude. I'm just going to use names of people in the stream for this.
Once spoken. It's because I don't think there's much, if any, audience overlap. And it did add crass but valuable criticism. Fun fact, Dark Viper actually agrees that there isn't much overlap from his community and the drama commentary community, as he...
Oh wow, who would have thought? And yet he won't shut the fuck up. So interesting. So interesting that he won't shut the fuck up. Why keep talking then? If you don't think that there's any meaningful overlap, then like what's the benefit of consistently talking about this shit? It makes no fucking sense whatsoever. I don't get it. I truly don't get it. Why talk so much? Why talk so much about this? Like, if it doesn't matter.
In his response to me.
There's two parts of the internet here, right? Here is drama creators in here. Here is GTA content and people watching it. And here's like the tiny overlap that this has. But I'm in here. So I see all of this and I see all of this. And I recognize none of this fucking matters.
So then why do you keep talking about it? I don't understand.
Could Chud Logic have stolen Dark Viper's thumbnail? No. Was Dark Viper legally in the
How did he steal his thumbnail? Did he just like, put his face over it?
right to take...
If you're not friends with Chud? Why? You think he's a pedophile, dude? I'm just kidding. He's not. I know that's like the false Noah Samson bullshit.
this segment down? Honestly, probably. Although, I'd say probably not if we were talking about the entire stream. And do I think he would have done this to a complimentary reaction? No. Why? Well, he kind of let that cat out of the bag himself while talking about his other uses of the DMCA system.
I am the rights holder. Of course I'm going to take down the things I don't...
Is he the rights holder? Do you have to like officially register your content? Like I saw Ethan Klein did that. But do you have to like officially register your content to be like a rights holder?
like that serve no constructive purpose and keep up those I do like or serve some purpose. While I do take down all full re-uploads of my videos, for clips, it depends on the usage. This particular clip
it depends on the usage. If you're nice to me in a clip, I'll leave it up.
Is for no other purpose than to allow people to disingenuously attack me with it because of the mistake I made when mimicking Franklin due to my surprise at the randomized dialogue.
I also think throughout
when he said the N-word, is that what he's referring to? Is that what happened? Like, I'm not memeing. I'm not trying to like meme or troll. Is that what happened?
all of these videos, Dark Viper is pretty bad faith towards Chud Logic. Now, maybe he's just giving Chud the same energy back because Chud was crass. But when I see clips
it's just an English guy. That's what happens when you eat fucking beans on toast, dude.
Like this?
What is valued as if a creator is being critical or analyzing a video, significantly adding to the runtime.
Significantly adding to the runtime.
Wait, what? What does that mean? I don't even understand what he means by that. What difference does that make? How is that a different I don't understand the difference. Why does that make a difference?
It's just some out of context blurb from Chud to make it look like he had no real commentary on the video he was reacting to.
Oh yeah, sometimes you're not, but I think as long as you mostly are going to have something to say, it's fine. But yeah, and sometimes that is commentary. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? It can be commentary if you don't know what the fuck the person's talking about.
Which, after seeing Chud's reaction, I know that's not true. I just think it was a bit over the top to spend $3 grand on a lawyer to take down 2 videos from a much smaller channel. One of
Did you really do that?
Those videos just being a VOD, even after YouTube said no twice, just to prove a point against a critic.
What a weirdo. That's obsessive behavior. That's like obsessive. That's like legitimately obsessive behavior, no? Why? Why are you so worried about it? Especially since, like, who the fuck is Chud Logic? Like, I mean, seems like a fine guy, but, like, who the fuck am I? Who the fuck is Chud Logic? Why are you, like, I don't understand why you would even give people the time of day. Like, I'm pretty sure he's still even a popular GTA person. Like, he still does well. So I don't get it. It's not like dude, Dark Viper's so weird. Like, it's not like he's a failure. The guy is very successful. And yet he still feels the need to DMCA strike people. Oh, maybe he's not as popular as I thought. Maybe he's fallen off substantially. I could have swore he used to pull in like a few 100,000 views a video. Maybe it's just like a recent thing. That might just be recent, actually, because it's Christmas time. But yeah, he seems successful. He seems like he does decent content. Like, what's the fucking point of reacting to people? Is he angry because he's not doing as well as he used to? I don't understand. I don't know.
A lot of his reasoning lacks nuance, and again, I'll go into my take on reaction streamers and the whole market impact in a future video.
Dude. What the fuck, Cameron?
A topic I care about. While copyright law in relation to reaction streams can be ambiguous, what shouldn't be ambiguous is injury law, and that's where today's sponsor...
Oh, dude, that's like the first time in a while I did not anticipate that to be a fucking, to be an ad, dude, I'll tell you.
Morgan & Morgan is here to help. Emerging reports reveal that some hair color products may not come with clear warnings about potential health risks.
Oh, dude, I'm cooked. I use hair color products all the time.
If you or someone you know have been diagnosed with bladder cancer or other cancers after prolonged exposure to hair color, Morgan & Morgan is here to fight to get the compensation that you deserve. So,
hey, God bless, man. Good for you, bro. That's a good ad. I like that.
Why wait? It only takes a few minutes to see if you have a case, and you can do it all from your phone. Click the link in the description to learn more and see if you qualify. Thanks again to Morgan & Morgan for sponsoring today's video.
What the hell?
Most of what Dark Viper asked me to watch in order to dismantle all my arguments were the Willie Mac videos, but honestly, most of this shit didn't apply to me. I went through the effort of annotating each point he made, and most of them had nothing to do with me, so...
Well, he probably didn't watch Cameron's, like, actual criticisms. Well, maybe he did. Actually, I don't know. I could see Dark Viper being the guy that sits down and like legitimately watches people's shit.
For the sake of time, I'm not going to cover this whole back and forth in its entirety, but you're free to watch it all in the description. Despite that, I will still respond to certain points that either apply to my video or are a part of what I'd like to cover today while trying to be as fair as possible. And then afterwards, I'll give my little take on this whole squabble. A lot of Dark Viper's rebuttal to Willie Mac is saying that there's a lie without actually showing anything. It takes him until his second video to even show
I guess you could be lying by omission if that was his claim, but I doubt it.
Any substantial context to what he's talking about.
There are points.
I really just think that like part of it is that again, I think part of it is just that like Dark Viper has like an idea about himself, like we all do, and if you don't express the same idea, he feels like you're being dishonest about him. But like maybe it's your interpretation of yourself, or maybe like who cares a fuck? Like just don't care. Why do you care what Cameron has to say about you or Willie Mac? You know, you're not getting meaningfully harassed. Like people, oh, there's people in my comments calling me cringe and saying 14 pages. That's the problem when he's on like Ethan Klein's, or he was criticizing Ethan Klein, saying that like he's traumatized from having that was the most traumatic moment of his life is the 14 pages meme. And it's like, dude, what are you talking about, bro? Like that's fucking crazy to me that you're gonna say that it's traumatizing. That makes sense why you would compare his like sexual assault to like to shit going on, because you're actually so terminally online. You believe that. I think that that's just pathetic. You know?
It's where he makes claims, then shows a clip that immediately debunks that claim.
Viper said Ethan memeing him saying 14 pages has traumatized him.
It's 14 pages! Because one of my favorite people on the internet, Dark Viper, 14 pages!
I don't think Ethan is a very good person, and his using a soundbite of one of the most traumatic, angry moments of my entire life.
That's what I'm talking about. Why is that traumatic? It's silly. It's just stupid.
Many, many years on his stream, perhaps 100 times, is a bit more than excessive and
it's stupid.
Very sick.
Why was this traumatic?
Sick.
For you. You're angry over nothing.
Like, how was that not interesting to people?
Fucking blink and you'll miss it. Wow. Woo. You really got him there, Matto. Okay, Willie fucked up by claiming that Ethan playing those sound bites was traumatizing to you when it was actually the...
Oh, it was actually that, like, that was a moment's word traumatizing. Bro, what the fuck are we talking about anymore, dude? You know what I mean? You claimed a level of trauma. And by the way, his argument, his subtextual argument there is, if that's the most traumatizing moment of your life, or one of, because you said 14 pages and people goofed on you, then what that communicates to me is that somebody playing it consistently, by your logic, is adding to that trauma, right? So let's be fucking real, because that's what the claim is there. If like, oh my god, they played my most traumatic moment ever, or one of my most traumatic moments 100 times. You're telling me that, like, you have compounding trauma. So, like, yeah, you kind of are saying that it's still a traumatic moment.
Drama between you and Charlie where you went on the rant screaming about the 14 pages that was one of the most traumatic moments of your life. You realize this is just as pathetic, right? And inconsequential to Willie's criticism of you being a crybaby. Like, it's very malicious to frame this as some example of an evil lie to make you look bad, when it was just Willie misspeaking while covering your video on Ethan.
I don't even think it's a misspeak. I think it's just like stupid. It just seems like silly goosery.
It is for sure a mistake on Willie's part, and that's fine to criticize, but is this really your big claim?
I could absolutely destroy Willie.
Then do
destroy it. What do you mean? How would you destroy him?
Do it, pussy.
I don't think anyone that I can lead to this video wouldn't realize immediately that the video is false.
This is like, it's like the same thing. I remember I made that video criticizing that weird Asmongold obsessed guy. And I said like, oh, hey, you shouldn't criticize trans people and say that they're crazy, which is what he was saying, if you believe in a magical apple curse, right? Because, you know, there's a conversation to have there of like, listen, you know, if you believe in like, and I think God's a beautiful thing, but if you believe in the Bible, if you believe in God, if you believe that, you know, in the magical apple curse where people were born without the ability to know right and wrong, so they basically have an intellectual disability, and then they eat an apple because they're coerced into by a snake, and then that removes their immortality. That's a little, you know, a little interesting. It's a little interesting. So the point is that the guy's response was like, oh, it's not actually an apple. It never says what it is in the fucking Bible. It's like, okay, you got me, dude. I cucked. Literally cucked. I got cucked. It's like, okay.
You guys know enough about me. Even people who've been following me for like a week would know enough about me to know this video is false, at least to some degree. Those who've known me for a longer period would be able to go, oh, actually, I was there for that. That's entirely false.
My audience knows me too well. They know better than to watch these videos because they already know they're wrong. It sounds like a manipulative way to make your audience avoid these videos.
Because within the context of the
what's interesting is I think if anything it has more of a likeliness to get his audience to watch those videos because he's talking about it to his audience. He's like, hey, guys, these exist. Like, why would you do that?
They make sense. You can call them harsh, you can call them extreme, but what you can't call them is the idea that watching a YouTube video that someone else made on a live stream is somehow the same as rape. There are so many actual criticisms you can make of this draft that make sense. I mean, Carl made them all the way back then when we talked about it for like an hour or two.
Here's the problem. I think there's a better way to do it. If you want to make that analogy, remove the content creators from it. So what you've done is you've basically said, I'm going to make this analogy by saying that these content creators have the same kind of philosophy, but you don't need to do that at all. You could just say, here's an example of something to demonstrate my point, and you remove the content creators from it. For example, you just say...
I don't think that would have any impact on anything, to be honest with you.
If some random person just thinks they need consent after, right, that's wrong. You can sort of make the analogy that way.
So you hear an...
Maybe. I don't think you have to compare it to sexual assault at all. I think that's too terminally online.
Agree with the criticism of your shitty date rape analogy, yet you continue to defend it when it's not criticized right? I showed the full context and stated your current belief earlier, and I still had criticism. I'd love to find out how that's also still somehow invalid. Dark Viper criticized Willie's use of old clips of Dark Viper crashing out because it lacks the context of those things being resolved. I think while that context is important, it doesn't change the fact that it's been a pattern of behavior. I'll have more to add to that later. Now, let's get to something that could actually apply to me.
I feel like that's probably... Dark Viper probably... I would say that there's like at least a 30% chance that Dark Viper is watching this video. Like, not my video, Cameron's video. I think that's triggering him. He's like, I'm going to get into that later. And Cameron's probably like, no, do it right now. He's getting triggered as fuck. I guarantee you. Show the context right now.
Argument isn't that some reactors are bad. It's that they're all bad.
Wrong. 0 points.
No, he thinks that they're all bad. That's actually 100 points. Because here's the thing, like, he even thinks... So this is the problem. And again, the arguments aren't bad, but, like, he does think that, because he thinks that even, like, he thinks that somebody that reacts, even if it doesn't, even if it's not a market substitute, it still takes away from the atmosphere and the infrastructure. Because, like, hey, Cameron makes a video, a bunch of people watch it. Hoppa Gut reacts to that video, a bunch of people watch it. There's only a limited number of people who can watch content, so now other creators who make better content are getting ignored. He does think that all reaction is bad.
Points.
Wrong? You quite literally said it yourself.
We can in fact ignore the last 3 years, all the things I've said and wrote since then, all the clarifications, all the nuance, and we can just go back and get one clip from the video when I was talking to Charlie. Moist Critical is not a bad person. He is correct to say that many of the general statements I made about reactors in regards to their motivations probably do not apply to him. This is of course the downside of speaking generally. I was at the time very angry. I would hope under better circumstances I would have been willing to admit that Critical's motivations likely differ from others, rather than simply doubling down and implying everyone who does React content is the same. It would be...
We're not talking about the same, you're saying bad in some capacity. And the React content that you're implying is not like I'll say transformative reacts, is not like, I want to call them admin preach reacts, usually, where there's a lot of different stuff that's like cut down, right?
More correct to say that all reactors are doing a bad thing as a...
Okay, got it. It's all semantics. You think that they're all bad. You think that the what is it, what do you want to call it? The behavior of reacting to content is bad. But like, you know what people... That's what I'm talking about. You know what people mean. Like, just shut the fuck up. It's so boring. Oh my god. Could you imagine talking to this person at Christmas? Holy fuck. I didn't say that all reactors are bad. I just said that the behavior is actually bad. Alright. Cool stuff, man. I appreciate that. Wow, that's like super fucking boring. Like, well, thanks, great semantics though. We love it.
Opposed to all reactors are bad people.
Fine, I'll personally take the L on this then. However,
it's just so stupid, dude. It's not a real argument. It's childish behavior. It's fucking boring, bro. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Oh my god.
You can't claim someone is maliciously lying for assuming you think that based on the broader context. You said it yourself. You doubled down on it via Twitter. Your initial response stream didn't clarify this. In fact, you doubled down.
14-page script explaining why I don't like reactors and I think they're bad people. This is Charlie's attempt to poison you against a
Nah, he's poisoning the well. He's poisoning the well. I never said they're bad people. I just said that they're engaging in bad actions. Like, oh my god, dude. Knock it off. We know what you mean. We know that you mean that reacting is bad. Nobody thought you meant that, like, all reactors are terrible people, fundamentally speaking. Just fucking get over it.
14-page meticulously written document.
Then you finally clarified it deep into your response video and slightly altered your statement. No one was pulling this out of their ass, okay?
If you don't even know how to win the game, why are you playing?
The fucking Among Us crash out, bro. If I crashed out like that, I'd be like, shit, brother, you got me. Shit, brother, you got me, dude. You got me. What is a gold nugget?
I do. I'm just sorry.
But again, to pick the low-hanging fruit, Willie just can't describe what's in the clip. I'm banning one person in this clip, not supporters. This clip is
It's so weird, dude. Like, why are you defending it? You had a fucking crybaby meltdown crash out at like 30 years old, dude. It's okay. It's genuinely okay. It's okay. It's okay. You had a bad time and you didn't act correctly. And I think that that's fine. Like, it happens. You could just say that. Yeah, you know, I was being a little crazy. My bad. But you see how Dark Viper has to defend every single bad thing that he does? Like, he has a crybaby meltdown at like 30 years old on an Among Us game stream, and he can't just be like, yeah, man, that was kind of silly. Nope, he's got, no, actually, you don't understand. He sits here and he criticizes Ethan Klein for highlighting his most traumatic event of saying 14 pages. And somebody says that was traumatic. And he's like, no, actually, like, the Samantha, it's crazy. There's nothing he can concede to. There's nothing that he could ever concede to and be like, yeah, that was kind of cringe. Like, he can't do it, you know? He's like, have you ever loved? You know what I mean? Like, everybody has their fucking memeable moments. It's the way that you interact with it. But this guy's fucking ridiculous.
4 years old. I haven't even played Among Us since 2020. Willie, of course, as with all the out-of-context clips that he lies about, just leaves off that detail. It's why all his followers were spamming at me as if this happened yesterday. People were saying, haha, why don't you go play Among Us with Scott? And
dude, he's just so sensitive. How the fuck is he a content creator?
the joke there is, I did. This controversy 4 years ago got resolved very quickly. It has only been brought up again by people like Willie because they have nothing else.
Because it's a funny, silly moment that makes you look ridiculous, and it shows that you like you're an angry little guy. You know?
Wrong. I don't care.
Why are we restarting the game? I have never been this mad at a person in the entirety of my life.
I don't give a shit that you reconciled.
Never been that mad at somebody's entire fucking life is crazy.
And apologized or whatever. I used it for comedic relief because you screaming over Among Us is really funny to me.
Yeah, but it is still part of like your character. It's a cringe moment. And he doubles down on it. He's still doubling down on it, dude. It's a cringe moment that he is still doubling down on. So I think it's totally fair to fucking be like, oh, dude, like, what are you doing? Like, what the hell are you doing here?
It also demonstrates your pattern of irritable behavior. Regardless of whether or not you've apologized, you've done shit.
He hasn't even apologized. He just showed that, like, he hasn't really apologized. He just shows that he's still, like, upset. Or he still thinks that it's a justifiable, like, behavior. He's not even, like, you know what I mean? It's like, what the fuck? Wish I gotta make food.
Like that since. And because you keep doing it, people are gonna keep calling you pathetic. Can you believe it? He was mad over Among Us. Can you believe it? Among Us, it's a game, and there are many of them. But he was playing it, and he got really mad over the video game. Wow. Wow. Total loser. He was a successful imposter. He lost. He was a total failure in Among Us. And he was really mad, and he blamed it on his disease. Can you believe it? He blamed it on his disease. They called it Hashimoto's. No one knows what the hell that is.
Now understand.
That's fucking crazy. That's actually kind of funny because who does anybody really know what Hashimoto's is, dude? What the hell is that? It's an autoimmune disease that makes you really sexy, I think, is what it is. Let's just make all the food, dude. Fuck it.
When I played that clip in my video, I showed the entire thing, the context, that it was clearly a mistake. But other people didn't have this interest. They took this clip and had it as short as possible, often just zooming in onto my webcam to just have me saying the M word. And Willie, of course, like, yes!
I mean, listen, brother, you know, it's a tough call to be like, hey, what's the context of you saying the N-word?
This is wonderful. This is adding to discourse. This is amazing. This is exactly what society should be. Because Willie doesn't have any arguments as to why me acting differently would be better for other people.
Well, I showed your gamer moment in my video too, with full context. Again, for comedic relief and to demonstrate one of the clips that you like to DMCA, not to make you look like a dirty racist.
He then says he took down.
Well, I mean, I don't think he's a dirty racist, but he obviously said some dumbass shit. So, I mean, he probably took it down because he knows he said some dumbass shit. And if he said this, like, listen, guys, took it down because I said some dumb shit and I was embarrassed, I'd be like, all right, respect. You know, I mean, I don't respect the weaponization of the platform. But at least I can respect the honesty.
The reaction video, not because of the content, but because it was a reaction video.
This entire time, you've been claiming I took it down because it was a critical video. You've implied all throughout that the critical nature of the video was important. Even in the description, you're like, he took down a critical video of him. Shouldn't you be arguing against this?
Let's play your little game, Matt. Where's the lie? You did take down a critical video of you. Now, as for the idea of you taking down the video because it was critical, I've never personally made this claim, but it sure does look this way based on your previous statements on why you've taken down other videos of you.
But regardless of his degree of sincerity, the false premise of the final section of Willie's video is that I'm constantly sad, I have no friends, I have no family, and I ultimately lead a bad life. This is
kind of, I mean, I understand. I get it where they're coming from, man. I get where they're coming from. Because sometimes you do be acting a little silly. You do be acting a little bit crazy.
Very obviously untrue. But let's say for a moment that it was true and Willie actually believed it. What the hell does it say about Willie that he would see a person in those circumstances and not feel any empathy, pity, mercy, or desire to show kindness?
Well, I mean, you're a rich guy that cries online because you don't know how to take criticism. I don't think anybody gives that much of a fuck about you, boss man. I don't think it's that deep.
Feelings that I have when I see people in such circumstances. Willie instead, when seeing a person in negative circumstances, seems to have the instinct to attack that person and publicly mock their poor fortunes for joy and profits.
Dude.
That's fucking crazy. That's just fucking insane, dude.
Oh my god, man. Grow up. Seriously, dude. Grow the fuck up. These are.
I just don't understand why he's still not. There's like a level. There's a level of like lack of awareness here. Because why are you saying these things when you know people are going to make fun of you? Like, you seem so fucking. It's so weird. It's just like, stop saying these things. They make you look preposterous, bro. They make you look legitimately preposterous.
Playground insults. You are crying over playground insults. Just like you did in the Cyberboy drama when you cried because apparently he called you autistic.
My less than cordial responses to you were evidence of my mental illness.
Whoa.
And autism.
Whoa. What is happening?
Loser! You're a loser! You feeling sorry for yourself? Well, you should be! If that kind of shit...
I don't understand. Why are you getting so worked up? I don't get it. People call me a big fat guy all the time, and I'm just like, okay, it's funny. Like, I don't, it's just stupid. It's just childish. Why does he get so fucking worked up over this shit? Like, hey, stop it. Stop getting upset. You're not allowed to be upset, dude. Knock it off. You know what I mean? It's like, chill out.
Really affecting you like that, then yeah, it is kind of sad and pathetic. You act like you ever really show a shred of empathy towards anyone ever criticizing you. Why do you expect the same treatment back? When you banned that speedrunner just because you didn't like him, was that very empathetic of you, dude?
Why must my life...
Well, you don't understand. It's empathy for me, but not for thee.
Suffer. Why must I suffer so with no one caring?
Why must I suffer
for so long?
Was it very empathetic to tell your audience to...
Why must I suffer?
Not feel anything at the public assassination of a man who had died a few hours prior? Okay.
We are Charlie Dingle. You know what I'm saying, dude? Sad stuff.
I'll be honest and say after watching both sides, both had some fair criticism of one another. Maybe I can go into more detail about that on a second channel stream, but overall I think DarkViper really failed to address the core critiques from Willie and instead attacked more insignificant semantical arguments or editing choices to come to the worst faith conclusion. Oh, shocker, of course, shut up! It had nothing to do with me! You asked for this!
Stop yelling, please.
So now, after going over what I watched, I can confidently say that I feel pretty fucking feeling vindicated and asking Matt where the lies were. There was only one point that I think I could have done
Matt, you're really owning yourself here, dude. What the fuck?
better on, but it was inconsequential to my main criticism in my video where I go after Dark Viper's empathy virtue signal. If anything, you gave me more subject matter to criticize when it comes to the moral posturing.
Damn, isn't it so funny that like we're still doing this? You know what I mean? We're still doing Dark Viper stuff. And like this is what happens. Like you respond and the criticisms are so silly. It's just so funny. It's just so goofy. But he just feels the need to respond. And then this is what we get out of it. It's like, oh, hey, guy, you're a little silly. What the fuck? I'm actually traumatized. What are you doing?
And that person then concluding they deserve a personal handholding and a personal explanation of my entire life and all the things they got wrong simply because they presented misinformation.
Personal? What the hell are you talking about, Doodle Bop? What are you talking about, my Doodle Bop?
On the internet. Can you imagine how psychotic, deluded you have to be to think that?
Well, after watching...
It's crazy and psychotic and some would call it delulu. You know? That's the thing that people say.
All that shit and barely anything I criticized having been addressed, I feel pretty vindicated in my request.
That's probably needlessly cruel.
Oh, God forbid. Oh, don't be too cruel to me, Dark Viper.
On some level, I can understand why these people don't know this content exists. It doesn't propagate in the algorithm. It doesn't reach. It doesn't reach these people. It's like these people see it and none of
What is he trying to get people to reach? Like, I don't understand that. What is he referring? Like, what? Like the videos that he puts out that are like responses to other people. Why doesn't it reach other people? I don't know, dude. Like, what do you want me to tell you? You're a silly guy. Nobody cares that much. And I think that part of it is because like for that type of community, and this happens a lot, people who don't like you, they're not really going to take the time out of their day to like watch your content, but they will watch people's content that they like. And so, you know, I imagine the typical Willie Mac fan is probably a fan of at least one reactor. But if you punish React content creators by DMCAing them if they react to you, then what's going to happen? Reactors aren't going to watch your shit, and then all of a sudden it's going to be like, oh, like you're going to lose your ability to. You're just going to lose your ability to fucking to get your word out there. So
these people do, and it just does nothing.
I can give you a little theory on why this content doesn't propagate in the algorithm. It may be because it's bad content. You repeat yourself constantly, dodge criticism, go over mountains to paint your critics as evil, bad faith, or delusional people, and it can be extremely hard to watch. As a big YouTuber, that you should fucking know that watch time helps videos succeed. Hiding your big rebuttal in 14 hours of content isn't gonna work, especially when you frame critics in the way that you do.
It's really obvious in some cases that they don't know what they're talking about.
If it's really so
I love not knowing what I talk about.
So obvious, would it have been that hard to prove it when I challenged you? Because now we're much deeper into this shit.
My entire life, being a kind, caring, considerate person, as a
dude, what the fuck? Calling yourself a kind, caring, considerate person is fucking ridiculous. I find it to be kind of ridiculous because like I just wouldn't really call myself a kind, caring, considerate person because I just feel like that's not your fucking place to really be talking about yourself like that, right? Isn't that other people?
The goal, and despite that, I have been an asshole countless times. I have wronged people countless times. I've got things wrong countless times.
Not me. I'm perfect. So
why? Because I'm a human being.
Cool. Then you should have no problem being criticized. I won't attack you for things you've taken accountability for, although I may make fun of them. The problem is you have at many points in time just not taken accountability for shit, or you just repeat the bad behavior after things are all good.
There's two things you can say about me. One, I'm not malicious. And two, I'm really chill.
Really chill is crazy. What does he mean he's really chill? Also, it's kind of weird that the game's making me dodge roll to accept these. How is he a really chill guy? I don't know, dude. That's a hot take. I haven't really seen you be very chill. Just being fucking real with you, dog.
I will not chill. One of the reasons why I so heavily...
This is like the least chill guy ever.
He embraced the 14 pages meme when
did he heavily embrace it?
Happened so many years ago, and we made so many memes about it and shit, and we even made the emote and stuff, because I just realized how valuable it was to have a number associated with me and my brand. The amount of money that...
What? It was valuable to have a number associated with his brand? What the fuck does that even mean? What is he talking about? Okay, whatever.
Other brands would pay to have that is astronomical.
What the fuck is he talking about? What?
It just has always sucked that it still has the association with Ethan Klein, and that people lied about it to the degree they think I hate it. So there are people who spam it, not because they like the meme, not because they find it funny, not because they use it in a way that they think they can craft jokes, as we do, but because they believe...
As we do. We do be crafting jokes.
They can hurt me with it. I'm reminded each and every day with that meme that there exists a cohort of people that have been so misled, so deluded, that they find personal joy in the idea that they might cause me harm.
You realize...
What the fuck is this guy talking about? Is he crazy?
Is that when you say shit like this, you're telling people this actually does hurt me. Even if you're not hurt by the meme itself or whatever, you saying this shit is the kind of oversharing that feeds the trolls, so to speak. He brings up the idea that the meme is associated with Ethan Klein, and because of that, people think he hates the meme. I wanted to take a second.
Well, he does hate the fucking meme. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's weird. What a weird reframing. If he was like, yeah, guys, you know what? The meme is kind of silly and chill. I was being overreacting. Like, that would be a pretty chill thing. That would be something that a chill guy would do. What's the number associated with my brand? I don't know, dude. Fart? I don't know. What the fuck? What fucking number associated with my brand? What the hell does that even mean? 6'7"?
Second to revisit that, because it's one of the whiniest things I've ever seen online.
That very recently I found out that Ethan has something like 6 different sound effects of me on his podcast.
Does he really? I thought he just had the one.
Not only that, he has used them frequently for over 2 years. That is just really fucked up.
How is that
It's just fucked up, dude. It's just like such a fucked up thing somebody would do. Wow.
fucked up, dude?
Praying for you, DarkViper.
Dude, it's just sound bites, dude. It's not that deep.
He's not using these in like a wholesome way.
That's really what it boils down to. Yeah, he's not being nice to me about it. He's being kind of fucking mean. He's making fun of me a little bit. I can't handle that. It's not nice, dude. It's like, okay, he's being silly about you, bro. Like, get over it. It's not a big deal.
He's using them to mock me as a regular thing for years. I don't know how sick of an individual you have to be to do something like this. Like, if he was
a sick individual. Dude, that's what I'm talking about. Do you see the energy? Oh my God, what is wrong with me? Do you see the intense energy that he operates with? This is sick. This is disgusting. This is traumatizing. This is and then he compares React content to sexual assault, and you wonder, like, oh, does he actually mean it? Yeah, I think he does. I think he actually thinks that like somebody reacting to his video is the same as getting sexually assaulted because of the way that he talks about it. It's sick. It's disgusting. It's a fucking meme. It's a fucking meme.
He's using it in some wholesome way or shouting me out in some positive way, fine. But he's just using it to mock me.
How is a joke at your expense sick? How do you say shit like this and wonder why people call you whiny?
It's sad that Ethan Klein's announcement of taking an indefinite break from H3H3 was clickbait. As someone who has been incessantly harassed by him for years in front of thousands, he is one of those truly
damn, he really thinks he's been harassed.
Deserving of being driven off the internet. A bully beloved.
Damn, damn, typical Hassan supporter, huh?
Loved by bullies.
Harassed.
Damn, bully loved by bullies. It's so funny because there's probably some people who can make like the bully argument against Ethan, although most of those people make content, snarking Ethan. So it's like, it's kind of tough to make that argument. But you're not one of them, man. Like there's nothing really negative happens to you, boss. What does he talk about?
Sing you
14 pages because one of my favorite people on the internet, Dark Viper, 14 pages. You remember this guy?
It's bro, 14 you just pages.
I wrote 14 pages.
Brother, he's poking fun at you. He's not
dude, he's getting so worked up.
Attempting to reach out or get a hold of you, and he's not sending his audience after you. He's doing what you claim your audience does, which is poke fun at your little crash out.
Hey, he's pushing the 14, dude. It's good for your brand. Didn't you guys know this? I don't know if you guys know this, but having a number associated with your brand is actually like really good for the brand. This is something I learned today.
In general, Ethan has never understood the difference between jokes and mockery. He views insults as jokes because
insults can be jokes, right?
finds joy in hurting others.
I don't think
hurting other people is fucking ridiculous, dude. Holy shit.
you understand humor, dude. Does Dark Viper not understand humor?
I tried to.
Well, is he like actually autistic? God bless him. I don't know if he does or doesn't understand humor, but he doesn't seem to understand humor, like, or he doesn't like humor that's directed at him, but nobody really does usually. But usually they just have a better reaction to it. You know, they'll just be more intelligent about it. So I got to get more food, so we'll go this way.
To emotionally, or even in the public eye, claim back this meme.
6'7".
Yes! Yes!
Nice,
Dude,
nice.
this isn't the N-word. It was never that deep. Most people aren't trying to make you feel bad. You looked ridiculous when you crashed out over that, and the fact you can't play along knowing that is why people think these things about you.
The clips I have here all come from YTKS, which is where you can search a channel for particular words. So this thing isn't perfect. It isn't like it's picked up every single time he's done this.
Wait, he made that compilation? Dude, what dude, this guy's fucked.
It's simply that responding to drama videos isn't fun compared to addressing those who are genuine. Like even take...
I think I gotta go back there one day and fucking... I think you can kill that thing.
For example, I know Ludwig's video, or like...
Sorry, talk about the game.
The whole React thing with,
the whole
with
React
Hassan
thing.
or Ludwig or XQC. All these videos were dumb, like impressively stupid. But they were genuine to a degree. At no point in their speaking did I think they weren't actively communicating what they actually believed, as wrong as it was.
Hassan?
So I'm not genuine, but fucking Ludwig and Hassan Piker are?
Parker. He loves that meme. He confirmed that he loved it. He actually got very offended by it, but you could tell that he was hiding it though. But yeah.
Some of the...
I'd say that like Ludwig is probably the least genuine person by like design. That's his whole brand. His whole brand is to be as political, or not even politically correct, I don't want to say that, but just as squeaky clean as he can be so he can keep his 18 teen sponsorship. So, I mean, I kind of get it, but that's what it is.
Oh, it's disingenuous motherfuckers out there. You at least know Hassan is. I've seen you go after him before, but in what world are those two more genuine than me? And even though I disagree with the idea, even if they were...
Well, he hates Ethan now, so I guess maybe he's trying to like kind of develop an anti-Ethan audience or something, or maybe he's trying to play into like, well, maybe some of the Hassan people will like me now, you know?
More genuine. How at all does that change the validity of my criticism?
That they weren't like in the process of being like, okay, let's have a nice, fair, rational look at the career of DarkViperAU, give a retrospective on all the things he's done. It's just
the mean stuff. What about all my accomplishments? Like when I what is his accomplishments? Pay somebody to do that. I mean, it might be interesting to do that. Pay somebody to do that. Hey, here's all my accomplishments. These are all the moments that make me such a super cool guy. All right, cool stuff, man.
Where can I find things that will be funny, regardless of how untrue? Because the goal is entertainment. It's not genuine inquiry. It's not learning about me or my stances or things that happen in my life. They don't have a genuine interest in me. They have no fucking idea who I am.
You couldn't be more wrong in your framing of me. While yes, the goal is entertainment, my job is to make my criticism of you entertaining while remaining factual. I wouldn't get away with making shit up, and I have no interest in doing so. I'm also...
I could do it. I can get away with making shit up. I'm talented like that, you know?
Again, not making a fucking documentary about you. This isn't the story of your life. It's me saying, hey, dipshit, you can be criticized. Learn how to handle criticism without being such a whiny bitch.
You think DarkViperAU likes Lord of the Rings? He seems like the type.
This next clip, he gives himself a little leeway into why he's so wrong and why he's been mischaracterizing me in his responses.
Usually, someone else will bring up that a drama video exists, and I'll say, can you watch it and tell me if there's anything new or important or interesting that I haven't...
I don't agree with that. I don't believe that that's true. I don't think that's true at all. I think he watches everybody. Anything that gets more than like 1,000 views, I think he watches it offline. I think that he like just spends his entire day sifting through Reddit and looking up his name and like hoping that people are like nice to him, but then like sitting there and focusing on all the negative stuff over the nice stuff.
I've seen it 1,000 times before. And the answer is always no.
Well, someone lied to you because the entire premise of my video wasn't even a point of contention when all your previous drama videos were released. Right after he all but confirms that he did click on my video to look in the description.
Like sometimes I will not watch the drama videos, but I will just look in the comment, like in the...
Guys, I don't actually watch them. I don't actually look at them. I'm not actually watching what you're saying about me, but you should stop. But I'm asking some people, like my really good friends, like, hey, can you watch it? Can you watch the drama videos? And then, like, you tell me if it's, hey, like, dude, we don't believe that. Stop, please. You're owning yourself in real time.
In the description, in the rare times that they link other videos that they've used as sources, I'm like, seen it, 100% wrong, seen it, 100% wrong. Wow, how did this fucking dumbass not realize that everything in that video was false?
Dude, look at his smug little fucking face. He thinks
You're such a silly little guy, Cameron. You stupid dumbass bitch. No, I'm just kidding.
just hit a haymaker on me, bruh. Oh shit, you really got me there, didn't you? You're right, how did I not realize that? How? How did I realize that? Fuck! Fuck! Damn it! Fuck! Damn it! So let me answer your question.
Sorry, Cameron, you just got fucking owned.
How? Because I didn't use them as sources for my script, Rebird.
Whoa! Hey, look at that, dude. We love it. We love the censoring. One step at a time. What the fuck?
As a way to quickly bring up that these controversies happened. I never said I agreed with anything in those videos. In fact, I even said that Charlie got shit wrong in the video I linked, but I referenced it for context.
Shit.
How can you be so confident yet so wrong about what you're talking about? It's great.
But drama creators aren't pathetically smart people. Okay, I gotta stop speaking like that. I'm 34.
Whoa! Damn. Somebody put a poop in my butt.
I was also a dumbass in my early 20s. I was overconfident in my 20s. I thought I understood everything in my early 20s.
Yeah, fortunately for me, I did actually understand. I mean, I'm the smartest guy in the whole world ever, so.
I can't really blame people who are that age for feeling the same way. But it's annoying.
This guy got a new haircut just to talk about Cameron's video. Did you notice that? You guys notice that? 14 pages. You guys notice that this guy got a new haircut just to talk about Cameron's fucking video? Isn't that insane? Because that's a fact.
Being in your 30s, looking at these fucking kids, not understanding that they do not understand what the fuck they're talking about.
Wow, excellent anti-insult. Patronize me because I'm a big tart in my early 20s instead of engaging with my criticism. That'll surely show people how superior your idea
I mean, it's easy, dude. Sometimes I'll just say, you're too young. Okay, fuck you. You're dumb.
Are to mine. Him going after my age is particularly funny to me, as when I was subjecting myself to tens of hours of Dark Viper content, I keenly identified a moment where Dark Viper attacked Chud Logic for being too old.
I'm a total maniac! Ah!
This is a
Hey, he is an old guy. He's like 40, isn't he? But I guess we all are.
grown-ass man.
An interesting fact I just learned about Chud Logic is that he is 38 years old. Let that sink in. Look at how Chud acts
38 pages?
as a person on a day-to-day, what kind of content he makes. Who is 38 years old, so invested in YouTube drama?
I guess Ethan Klein, huh?
Oh, God forbid.
It is wild to me how many people put forth this idea that in my private life, I'm yelling and screaming and ranting and raving.
I've never heard that.
We love raving, dude. We love raving. We love it. I forgot to put it on like all chat again.
And I've also never said that. But at the same token, you don't do yourself any favors.
Why can you not stop lying? Please stop lying! You guys who exist in here mainly, you have no conception.
In the butt? In the content butt? Is that what that is?
Of how batshit crazy and dumb and deluded the people over here are.
Ah,
So
beautiful execution of well poisoning. Don't watch these people, they're crazy. No wonder you have so many blind defenders.
But even those who watch this one, they're not going to watch it again. If Winnie Mac show's face is changed for the next dude, it's not going to change the content of the video. It's going to be the exact same explanations again.
First off, why should I have to watch 10 hours of content in order to have the right to criticize you for something else?
Well, that's like the Hassan defense, right? If you have a criticism of somebody, then you simply haven't watched enough of their content. But what I find so funny is that it's always like I don't know, it's just so much. Like, you know, it's fine to say like, oh, you got that wrong. Let me show you why you got that wrong. I'll do that sometimes when people like maybe mischaracterize some of the things I say. But I mean, it gets to a fucking point, man, where it's like, how much do you expect people to watch? Hey, you have to watch my 10-hour streams every day or else you really don't get it. It's like, oh, okay. Like, I don't know how, like, what? That's fucking insane. Is that not fucking insane? That's ridiculous. No?
Secondly, how the fuck would you even know if you don't watch drama videos like you claim?
If your baseline of information you already know is effectively nothing, your ability to suss out bullshit in what you're watching is effectively non-existent, right? You don't know what you don't know.
Huh.
I know everything, so that's fortunate for me.
Can this same principle be applied to you right now? You've spent so much time talking about a video you claim to have not watched and are making baseless claims about it. But Cameron, the video is about him. Of course he knows what it's about. Clearly. This response was awful. He acts like a victim while also acting too high and mighty to respond to criticism he doesn't even know about. Maybe that has a part in why the edited VOD was made members only and the tweet was deleted. Because I'm nice, I won't pull a Dark Viper and force him to watch an hour's worth of my content just to hear my actual criticism. And thanks to these awful responses and 2 new dramas that he got himself into, I actually have even more criticism to add to the pile that, again, hasn't been covered by those pesky drama creators. I am, of course, talking about Cyberboy and TGG. And naturally, as the unfair, bad faith, malicious drama creator I am, I actually side with Matt on some of this shit. It may not be obvious at first, but in a hilarious turn of events, both of these controversies relate to my exact critiques towards Dark Viper's shitty behavior and moral posturing. And hey, Dark Viper, we can still shit on the quartering together while we're at it. At least we have that in common.
Dude, I swear, he looks just like the fucking quartering, though. He, like, actually is the quartering.
I'm dying inside.
First, Cyberboy. So a little before I dropped my content cop, a smaller British GTA creator known as Cyberboy committed the crime of publicly criticizing Dark Viper after—
Oh, you can't do that. That's bannable by death, I think. That's what I've heard from Dark Viper.
years of glazing and defending him. When I first made my video, I saw this going on in the background and thought it was a bit shitty of Matt to be publicly and loudly beefing with a much smaller creator, even after he seemingly apologized. However, I was open to being wrong since I didn't know the ins and outs, and I said that myself. Now, I don't really know the ins and outs of this situation, and to be very clear, I'm not saying Dark Viper is responsible for this kid's mental state, and I don't know and frankly don't care who is or isn't in the right. I just think it's incredibly shitty of Dark Viper to constantly scream and whine and play victim against critics while he can be as aggressive as he wants without anyone being allowed to respond. Now,
because it's him, dude. He's allowed to do that. It's just, he's just that guy. He is just him, dude. That's what you guys have to understand about all this. He's, rules for thee. I don't know. He has a different standard on himself. Although, you know what? It's just the React content is just the bridge into there. I think that's what it is. I don't think that Dark Viper probably cares that much about the React content. I wonder if more than anything else, what he does is he cares about, he just cares about people criticizing him, and he says that it's React content. I think that makes more sense. And then he just complains about it from that capacity more than anything else. I mean, I guess I could be wrong, but I think I'm always right about everything, so.
Now that I've looked into it, I can finally give my take on it. Ironically, the basis of Cyberboy's initial criticism of Dark Viper is very similar to one of the main points I made in my content cop. The only difference being that Cyberboy did a god-awful job presenting the criticism and couldn't be fucked to prove his point with evidence, therefore putting himself in a horrible situation. While I think Cyberboy's first video comes off as reasonable, it fails to show evidence proving Dark Viper wrong.
I hold the stance that if you're going to voice
what the fuck is happening here?
Opinion on social media and you're going to share links and photographs of articles and documents, you should at least make sure those articles and documents are truthful and the information that you're reporting on isn't.
Whoa, what is this? Charlie Kirk? The second half quote states the importance of values. Okay.
Entirely correct. Now, in the case of Dark Viper, he weighed in his comments on this whole Charlie Kirk situation. And like I said,
Charlie Kirky, they call him. Not me, that's terrible.
He's entitled to his opinion, but I do think that there has to be some sort of social and moral accountability for pushing information that's false to the public. For example, this whole narrative about how Charlie Kirk wasn't able to be empathetic or sympathetic to people was all based on a statement that's been taken vastly out of context.
I don't think so. What's the full context?
It also fails to show that
I don't think that there's really much context there. I watched it and he said empathy was like generally a bad thing. I mean, that makes sense from Charlie Kirk. Charlie's one of those types of people that they find value in religion when it comes to bullying vulnerable groups of people, but no value when it comes to the helping the poor. So
context of several Twitter DMs where he had several opportunities to prove Dark Viper wrong. It wasn't that hard to prove. I did it in my original. Here's the timestamp. You could check it out in the description. Then Cyberboy drops another video saying he's being pressured to remove his video by Dark Viper. He says he's worried that Dark Viper will kill his career, expresses that he can't handle the pressure due to his dad's cancer battle, tries apologizing for the way he handled the situation, and then decides to falsely claim that Dark Viper leaked his dad's cancer treatment.
What the fuck? That's unhinged as hell.
My father was going in for his cancer treatment, which, by the way, wasn't public knowledge, but you've now shared that all over your YouTube, so...
How do you find out? Are you guys good friends?
I'm trying not to get sarky and antagonistic, but... fuck you.
I can be charitable to Cyberboy and say I totally understand and sympathize with what he's feeling with his dad's cancer, but doing this kind of shit is fucked up.
Oh,
and
listen, buddy, if you want me to take your dad's cancer away and give it to my dad, I'm all down for it. My dad's a fucking asshole, so
there's no way around it. It's emotional manipulation and it's just fucked up. So finally, after 4 days of this shit, now the situation being far
14 days
away from the initial point of contention, Dark Viper responds and proves that Cyberboy lied about the claim that Dark Viper was leaking information about his father's illness.
He pretended that I leaked that his father was dying. He made this false claim in the hopes of distracting his viewers from finding out about the horrible shit that he did. It was a really shitty lie because a month ago he made a video dedicated to revealing that.
Damn, dude!
I actually went into hospital to visit my dad. And whilst I was in hospital...
You can't be lying like that, dude. What the fuck? You can't be doing that. We call that the Dark Viper tactic. You can't be pulling out Dark Viper tactics.
With my dad, all I will say...
What?
...is my dad's got an illness. It's not curable. It's quite serious. It's something that I'm dealing with.
I'm gonna briefly run through the rest of this because it gets repetitive, but Dark Viper's title and thumbnail imply that Cyberboy is lying about his dad's cancer, which is kind of fucked, and he did end up...
He did that? Oh, that's a clickbait title. Okay.
Changing it. And his video response and subsequent stream, he claimed...
Seems like he got a little snarky because he didn't like the guy.
Cyberboy lied about the nature of the DMs, points out Cyberboy's narrative shift, and does his usual ranting and rambling. So in response, Cyberboy drops 2 videos where he concedes and apologizes to what he thinks Dark Viper wants him to, and is brought to tears as he begs for Dark Viper's fanbase to leave him alone.
See, this is what you gotta do, Dark Viper. You gotta stop complaining about commentary and just wait for somebody to go after you that makes you look good. You know what I mean? That's all you gotta do, dude. You'd be like, oh, this guy's wrong, and boom, all of a sudden you look like a great guy.
I wrongly mislabeled Dark Viper's stance of accusing people of being racist. What? And I made an honest mistake.
What the fuck is this guy? What the hell's happening right now, dude? What is he going crazy for?
And I am sorry.
What the fuck?
I am sorry for the way I've handled it.
Wow, what the hell's going on, dude? What the fuck?
This is ridiculous.
This shit's fucking gay. However,
okay. What the fuck, dude? That was wild. Okay.
Apparently the apology wasn't good enough because it resulted in a generational fucking crash out.
Why can you not stop lying? Please stop lying! What is wrong with you?
Is this really Matt, is this really fucking Dark Viper's response to that?
Like every single thing in this fucking video, your newest video is a lie! All I said, I just want you to acknowledge what you did and apologize. I spent 4 days of my life trying to get you to do that. And at every fucking turn, you said, no, fuck you. You just wouldn't even acknowledge what I want you to apologize for. Even in this fucking video, you still would not acknowledge what I wanted to apologize for.
Sir, how long have you had a hemorrhoid for?
4 days!
Okay. Wow. Okay, so let me just be absolutely clear here. The first guy got on and made a video of him crying because he lied about Dark Viper, giving Dark Viper an amazing W, by the way. Like, gave him an amazing W. He looks great here. And then his response is to screech like a child and make himself look bad. This is why Dark Viper is a lolcow. Oh, shit. This is why Dark Viper is a lolcow. This is why. This is why he's a lolcow, because he can't even take W moments and roll with them. He has to turn his W's into L's.
And when I finally go, well, I have to do this publicly. I think one fucking video, one live stream, doing the horrible things you did, and now I'm harassing you.
What's my take on all of this? Well,
Bro, I'm fucking shitting my pants. Birds just ate all my shit too.
there are a ton of things I can and will criticize Dark Viper for during this 4-hour stream about Cyberboy. On principle, I have to side with Dark Viper. Cyberboy undoubtedly lied on multiple occasions and handled the situation awfully despite coming in with valid criticism. Don't get me wrong, Dark Viper handled shit like a total baby as per usual, but because of Cyberboy's behavior, he ended up on top. There are some things that are important to take from this, but I'll come back to that after covering the TGG stuff. Total
That's wild, dude. I'm actually shitting my fucking pants over that.
gamer girl. Haha, got him. Dark Viper's ability to make grown men cry strikes again, this time with his longtime friend and podcast co-host, TGG. For context, as we discussed in my content cop, DarkViperAU sometimes likes to get political on Twitter. And as we criticized last time, he made some really untimely virtue signaling tweets hours after the assassination of Charlie Kirk. On top of that, Dark Viper goes on for days defending his point despite acknowledging the fact that it was a bad idea, and even defends it in a YouTube video after harassment from people like the Quartering. And again, I'll echo what I said in my content cop, Dark Viper, you reap what you sow. During this, TGG reaches out in private and asks him to stop. Shortly after, TGG asks to pause the podcast and cancel the pack slot because of the negative PR Dark Viper is drawing towards himself by acting this way.
I don't feel comfortable.
Damn, fucking assassinated his own brand, dude. Jesus, dude, what are you doing?
Sharing a business or a podcast with someone who is getting involved in a drama and politics environment semi-regularly. I want to make GTA videos.
I mean, that's fair. That's 1,000% correct. That's 1,000% fair to not want to attach yourself to somebody who maybe optically doesn't look great. I think that's like valid as fuck, dude.
I do not give an F about politics. Quite honestly, I do not care.
Dark Viper seemed fine with this whole thing, but that's where it gets kind of dicey because TGG claims that in his heart, this was kind of it for him.
See, in my mind, when I cancelled the PAX podcast with Matt, mentally, I had already cancelled the podcast permanently. Like that, in my mind, I was like, yeah, I'm done. I'm not doing this again. The reality is no. I don't think I actually explained that clearly enough.
But he didn't make that very clear to Matt, who thought this only meant skipping the PAX podcast, and in private did communicate as if things were going to continue. Dark Viper did agree that they would be allowed to publicly
Damn,
and
he's just not aware of himself, huh? Holy shit.
honestly discuss the PAX slot being canceled. Then in October, TGG let Matt know that he wanted to end the podcast over wanting to steer clear of drama and politics.
Damn.
And Matt really doesn't like this.
That's a valid thing, though. Like, if you want to talk about politics, that's fine, but not everybody's going to want to associate themselves with you.
TG had also finally come clean and told me he was ending the podcast, and we had an argument over it. This concluded by me saying, I just cared a lot about you, but you can never be straight with me. You say and do cruel things, and then when I say this hurt me, you berate me and call me a fool for feeling hurt at what you have done.
Dude, this Dark Viper is actually just so fucking online. Holy fuck. Holy shit. Why? What is he doing? How can you not understand such a basic thing? What are you doing, bro? You got he's so fucking stupid, dude. Holy shit. That's actually crazy as fuck to me. That's actually crazy as fuck.
You never apologize, you never concede. You just demand I accept that you actually really care a lot, despite that you continuously say and do cruel things. You demand unfailing belief and call it absurd that I ask to be convinced of anything.
Then TGG makes the podcast cancellation public in a Twitter reply, which infuriates Matt.
Oh my god, shut the fuck up. You don't need to reply to every comment. You've gone into drama with a dozen creators over the years for this damn reason. Delete your
Why is he showing tweets?
tweets. Let them talk. Stop talking publicly, you moron. I can think of a dozen.
That's so funny. That's all he does is talk publicly. All this guy does is talk publicly about all of his fucking bullshit. That is so ironic of him to say. How fucking funny is that, bro?
times you've called out creators on Twitter. You have no concept of how many requests I've had over the years for me to defend you because of the shit you said or did. So he says, that tweet is pretty fair, no? To which I said, you seem peacefully delusional about everything. You don't understand what's fair. Just shut up. You exist in a fantasy world. Stop typing. Delete. I don't want drama. Look, man, I'm streaming tonight and I'll be asked about it. I made it very clear that I don't want people attacking you, but I want to explain why I ended the podcast. Which I said, stop trying as you always fucking do to instigate drama. Say nothing. What excuses you want to make publicly to defend your brand are not my concern. You have always done this. This is what is best for everyone and what is best for your brand, and you can barely even fathom the first. Fuck me, right? You call yourself Marshall, but does he even exist? You remember being something other than TGG. I'm sorry, dude. I'm very confused about what is happening right now. Delete your tweets. Shut the fuck up. Never mention me again. I don't exist. Ignore comments about me. If there was even a shred of sincerity in anything you have ever said, delete your tweets and shut up. To which he says, honestly, I'm not sure that I can completely ignore what will be thousands of comments and messages. We have 33k subs. We should at least let them know that it's ended. I won't respond to threats, man. My tweet was honest. Threats? I turned and said, he's not going to delete them. She had you clocked from a mile away. How was I so blind to who you are?
This all blew up in a huge drama mess with DarkViper using his engagement as clickbait for his drama response.
Oh my god. What the fuck? My friend ruined my proposal? What a weirdo!
TGG kept trying to apologize for his perceived wrongdoings, and yet again, DarkViper refused to de-escalate. One thing that really...
Bro, this guy is a freak. Let me tell you, DarkViper is actually insane. He doesn't care about React content, just to be clear. He only cares when people do things that make him feel like he's like it's upsetting to him. Oh, you criticize his video, he's gonna strike you. Oh, you don't want to do a podcast with him anymore because he won't stop doing political drama slop? You're a bad person. It's just he's an asshole. What the fuck? What the fuck?
Stuck out to me that TGG claimed happened, and DarkViper corroborates but tries to say, oh, we were both in on it, is this notion that friends are making sacrifices for each other and that TGG hasn't made enough sacrifices.
What the hell? Dude, he's destroyed his own brand, and this guy doesn't want to work with him. It's not that deep. Like, okay. He's such a fucking baby.
Said that one of the main parts of friendship, in his opinion, is that friends should make sacrifices for each other. And as a result, Matt wanted me to make a sacrifice for him. This may be hard for some people to believe, but this is true. And it goes against multiple statements of Matt saying that he never expected me to publicly get involved, because he did, and I'm going to explain that now. Matt wanted me to make a sacrifice for our friendship to prove my loyalty as a friend to him. He said that in order to prove that I am a real friend and that I don't just care about my brand, he publicly wanted me to sacrifice and put my brand at risk for him. What he wanted was for me to make a public tweet saying Matt was right and that Cyberboy was wrong about everything. Again,
that's fucking embarrassing.
I don't think I've ever been emotionally manipulated more than that.
And again, the thing he's calling emotionally abusive, in text he's saying...
Well, he didn't say abusive, he said manipulative. What? The hell is he talking about?
It's just a normal thing that friends do.
This is weird, manipulative. It sounds like fucking hazing in a fraternity, okay? It's weird. They have conflicting statements on it. If this is true, and DarkViper, you're really saying this shit to your best friend, you are duplicitous and manipulative as fuck. In this situation, I overall feel bad.
All right, as we go to watching me right now, this is a beautiful thing. We'll take a look at that after. We'll take a look at that after. We'll take a look at that after, dude. I think what? All right, let's just finish this. Let's just finish this.
Bad for TGG, as I don't blame him for wanting to disassociate. DarkViperAU can seem like a ticking time bomb that will explode and become an optics nightmare at any moment. His promise of, I don't want to get into any more drama, was broken ironically over the podcast ending, and the way he framed
Well, he just seems to always want to get himself into drama, it almost seems like, bro.
the situation in his responses comes off as really malicious. Something I thought was really interesting and notable was the fact that both Cyberboy and TGG claimed in one of their responses that GTA YouTubers were encouraging them to go after Matt.
What's the likelihood that 9,000 people saw my video and 10,000 unsubscribed to you because of it? No.
Damn. I don't know what he's talking about.
You're driving your channel into the ground, and every other Grand Theft Auto creator has managed to message me and condemn what you're doing.
Also,
damn. That sounds like it's true though. He does seem to fucking like root his own platform, so.
Before we end the video, I want to give a massive thank you, not just to the viewers of this channel, but all of the other GTA creators in the community who have reached out to me. I
can't believe that fucking there's that many people that play GTA still. Well, that's good for them, man. I just don't get it. I guess it's a role playing. It actually probably is kind of cool.
was absolutely shocked reading all of the messages I got from creators big and small, even creators bigger than me.
I don't know what this entails, but I just found that really interesting.
Boy, the teacher's
Is that a real world happy mind meme? Am I fucking dumb?
pet pimple face ass wipe looking like they just had a gyna.
To wrap up today's video, I think it's important to show DarkViperAU's pattern of behavior when it comes to dealing with controversy. I'm not here to relitigate it or spread lies, as he likes to say, since he's made peace with some of these people, but I think it's very emblematic of why his reputation has sunk the way it has and why he seems to be able to get away with it in his community, but nowhere else.
I think he could still revitalize his brand, honestly. Like, truthfully, I don't think he's like beyond revitalization. So
It's a self-inflicted cycle that's as predictable as a GTA speedrun glitch. He gets a hemorrhoid over a perceived adversary, lashes out publicly or privately. Sometimes it'll be a multi-hour stream, long essays on his Twitter/community tab or in DMs, and other times it'll be an attempted expose. He does this all while acting like the biggest victim.
Why must my life suffer? Why must I suffer so with no one caring for so long?
Jesus Christ. It's so funny the way he talks about this stuff, but he's like his biggest fucking worst enemy.
Claim lies or that he's being harassed. And guess what, Matto? Welcome to the internet. We all get shit. Nobody cares. You reap what you sow. Damn. Sometimes he'll retreat.
I care, Matt. I care, dude. I think you're such a good guy. Don't even worry about it.
After realizing what he's done and make amends, but then claim victory. I wouldn't be shocked if Charlie just didn't want to deal with the immovable object and conceded. Other times he will delete his videos and frame his critics as delusional people working together as if it's some fucking grand conspiracy. And
we are working together. We are working together. Dark Viper, me and Cameron. You better watch out. I'm just kidding.
And if it's someone he can manipulate or in a space where he has some pull, he will overwhelm things until they fold.
Please stop lying!
I could go into this further, but covering his situations with Rydog, Friendly Baron, Unnamed, Charlie, Willie Mac Show, Chud Logic, Cyberboy, Cameron Piker, Asmongold, Ludwig, has either already been done before or will be done by someone with more time on their hands. As I stated earlier, this isn't a documentary. In Dark Viper's response stream, he talked about the futility of responding to drama, and to a certain extent, I agree.
I'll have to save the game, dude. I'm fucking awesome. Plus, I think it's on sleep mode. Don't worry.
The problem, Dark Viper, is that your response videos suck. You will avoid addressing the points actually brought up, and I think you have it in you. You're always touting your degrees and shit. Use it to improve your content instead.
What degrees does he have? I didn't even know that Dark Viper had a degree. What the fuck are we talking about?
Instead of finding psychological loopholes to avoid criticism. With all of this in mind, I can only come to one overwhelming conclusion.
The video is effectively DarkViperAU fucked the Loch Ness Monster and made 15 half Loch Ness Monster children. Dark Viper.
Is this true? Is that true? Did he actually do that?
Fuck the Loch Ness Monster. Dark Viper. Fuck the Loch Ness Monster. Loch Ness Monster hot.
Dark Viper.
Wow, that's the one true thing that I've ever heard Dark Viper say is that he's fucked the Loch Ness. I didn't even know that. I'm gonna take that as a fact now. Thank you, Matt.
Did fuck the Loch Ness Monster.
All right, good video. I guess we gotta go check out Asmongold being upset with me now.